I have 6 children, 3 grown-ups, that they are graduated or something like that. And I just put them, said, without this government, without this stability, without this, I don't think you can study finish until you are having your tertiary education. Not to say that because I'm not going to politicize about this education, but the stability the government is putting, that we can study. The economy is going well, something like that, before that. Now, and then second thing, I put them in my WhatsApp group where I will involve myself in politics, right? So I just put that you become a CCTV there. You don't have to have say anything. Yes, I put them inside there. I said you will be a watchdog, you'll be a guard, park guard or something like that. You see what we talk about.
They learn a lot.
They learn a lot. So I said, what is you talking about this?
Yeah.
I said, you have to know. I will explain to you later. So I explain to them. So they understand. So they got engaged.
Right.
Engaged. They got engaged on some important things. And they said, when can I sign up, become a PBB member? Anyway, you can be any party. I'm not confined you to be a SUPP member or PBB, or you can be any other party. I'm not going to block you for that matter, but I'm open to that. Your ideals. My ideals and your ideals is not the same. Your destiny and my destiny is not the same. So this is how I put inside the minds of
the question number 5 actually is talking about the voters and the leaders candidate. So how to close the gaps? How to close the gaps is what I'm talking about here. And on top of that, to close the gap is to fully engage mind and soul. Then they need to develop a kind of independent thinking. Because they if they're not able to think well, metaconnectively and so on, then the next moment they will listen to others, they will follow others.
You have to do that because the engagement, interaction between the upper leaders, the middle leaders, and the lower, it has to be on all the time. You have to engage with them because you need to create that kind of symbiosis.
Correct.
In Malay, what you call this, air dengan tebing, something like that, So you need to create a symbiosis, political symbiosis within that strata, within that group. So as such that you can gain their confidence. Confidence, of course, we need to have their confidence level. If they don't have confidence in you in the party, I don't think they will just chuck you away. Say, no, I'm not going to believe in this party. All kind of things. Okay, of course there will be problems facing the party. Then maybe you can explain something about the problem, the constraint faced by the party or the SUPP. As a member of GPS, it must not be seen as a baggage for GPS to move forward, but it has to be. There must be something that you can identify. So maybe you can explain.
SUPP being the oldest party, 1951. Although being an old party, needs to continuously learn to fit into the structure of GPS, which is so that they can be more politically assertive, continue to be assertive. When I talk about assert, it's not reactive. In other words, they can say something for the GPS to discuss and for the GPS to think about it and make decision. Rather than following, assertive is something that we being an oldest party, even though now shrinking in terms of number and politically ups and down, nevertheless it has to continue to be assertive. This is one of the drawbacks. Once you lost, once you think you are small, once you think you are a small number and so on, and then you self constrain yourself, as a member, because I'm sure PBB like so you're coming to us to share and so on, so nice. So we are just like family, and then we should be able to speak and live together, enjoy together. That's number one. I feel that SUPP needs to be aware of it, mentally aware of it, and if they're not prepared, they will be in backward mode. They think but small, never mind, you do it, we follow what they say, Yet we should be mutually learning and mutually complementing each other. Number two is leveling up processes and policies to meet the ever demanding modern development. In the context is modern. The young people, for example, they're talking about coding, they're talking about things like electronics and so on. Like my son get few championship at national level in coding, So he's now in Form 5 for example. That's why I know he take part in all the startup. Most of the time he get awards, So all these things shows that they are in the border development. If you talk about other things, they are less interested, less engaged. So I am saying they are leveling up processes in that kind of environment. I think the party-wise in GPS must always look at how we can produce good Sarakian, produce good party leaders and so on. And also leveling up policies, I believe so, because you cannot be outdated in that sense. You must be up, must be open and must be engaged in a very, very relevant way. You cannot have a policy that is old. So policy must be leveling up. Keep on. You have a good policy, level up some more, and enjoy. Let the people, the young people in particular, know the processes. And this is the challenge. This is a challenge. I think I noticed Dr. Sim himself. For example, he is a very, very media friendly person. He has his Facebook and so on. And last time he has a big group of young people doing all sorts of infographics and so on for him. And then he's really out for that. So he is not young, he's very 60, but then on the other hand, he is very much up to that level in terms of modern processes and modern policy. I think we cannot fully understand this one leveling up because you need to talk about. I think that you see the GPS is doing it. That's a beautiful part of it. We have annual conference on this whatever ICT and different things. These are the things beautiful and biodiversity or diversity. So we should be able to. I think in terms of GPS, SUPP can involve, can help GPS, the government-wise, to level up, to help the young people, to not only young people, the business people, the new technology, new thing. Even in agriculture, they need this kind. Like Bauk, I was written 4 books of them. They want the culture to be leveled up also in terms of technology, innovation. And these are young people who need it. And so these are the things that I'm talking about. If the party, as a SUPP, we cannot contribute, I'm not positive, proactive in helping GPS to level up in terms of policies and processes in this modern society, then we will be out there. SUPP will be out there, and it becomes redundant in that sense. Also more harap PBB saja, you know what I mean? Or harap government saja, Yeah.
Yeah, I hope the new data thing, the IoT things, the big data, and the AI side of things will give a new perspective, a new platform for the youngs, the bright minds of Sarakians to come together and build Sarawak. Okay, in due course, of course, there will be such suggestions on your side. If there is any suggestions or better strategies to strengthen SUPP.
Suggestion, I think, as in the context of our own, I'm reminded Dr. Sims that you start first, then we can put things together. After I thought I relayed to him that Mr. Abang is coming here to share with us. Then I heard, okay, you start first. That is in the text there. So No, I think I try my best. Suggestion of better strategy, to say, I think is we need to continuously to be missionary. Missionary, I use the word missionary. You know, sometimes the vision can be blurred or changed, like I said, contextual change. Yeah? So the party do have a vision, but then you know, over time people change, context change, so need to be changed and strategize together. Together, I mean, you know, like generational, professional, supportive together. There shouldn't be a level in terms of geographical location also come together. All must be in one, so that we move together. That's for party lah. And then work out a smart. This is acronym. Smart, a tactical plan. Work out. I think we have a strategy, but we need a tactical plan. In other words, this month, this week, even next month, next day, what you want to do. That kind of thing is more detailed. And lastly is to have the operational plan. Operation, you need to operate and then reviewable, you know, that kind of thing. And I think I'm struck by the good works done by the leadership, but I'm quite concerned with the grassroots. Because grassroots is the one who take over in future, and how to put the grassroots together with the leadership. That to me is the biggest challenge. Because the leadership is doing well. For example, Premier Abang Jo, Dr. Sim, to us is doing very well. But did they train up young people? Or the young people who, do they have a chance to learn? Apart from going to field with them, we must be able to learn from his mind, you see. I only read one or two books on, I think books written about Abang Jo. So to be honest, I haven't really known much about him as a scholar. A lot much to know about his thought. Whereas Stockman we know a little bit more. Okay? It's natural. So as we go on, the strategy I think is to have to strengthen the party is to really to grassroots leadership team together. That's what I feel so. Then the operation will be very, very informed kind of relationship. For example, the community or even any members coming in. I think the meet the people session is one of the best. And let them speak, and then we listen, and then from there formulate policies, that kind of thing. So this is a strategy, and what do you call that? You have the Zoom, whatever. So all these things is best as well, but it must be planned properly.
Yeah.
Like what you're doing now, your question here, then it's more focused. Then next time you even do better and so on, and for them better. That kind of thing.
Forum, we need to,
forum, correct.
Okay, so finally I need to ask you about how the party approach the voters. Of course, we need to remain relevant. We need to remain relevant in whatever ways you want to do, and the party need to be in the next. Because you see, there are parties that will not last 20 years, 10 years, 20 years. So, you know, BN has lasted for 60 years. And finally they are being put down, you know. Now they are up again. No, we want that kind of relevance to be an ongoing affairs, whereby the dynamics of politics will be enhanced from time to time. And you're talking about the new dynamics. What are the things that are going to be involved in the next future? So we need to put ourselves in such a way that the focus, I believe, will be more on the young voters. Maybe that will be keep us relevant, right? So maybe in the next 10 years, looking beyond that, is PVP going to be there in 2050? Or is PVP going to be there in 2000?
Yeah.
You know? So in this context, so what is your party approach?
Our party do have a lot of organs, including like we have actually the intention to start a political school but it was not done yet. And then also, I think with publicity and other organs, other venues to explore. But it is not just it's not just the organs, but also the way the methods that they adopt. So in terms of two things, they need to really, to me, they need to be relevant the next election, because younger and younger voters and some ignorant voters, some misinformed voters, including members. That's why you have backbiting, backstabbing, and so on. So we need to have political education. That's something easy to say. There's some party they just do, just do conference, seminar, but the state goes down to the roots and so on effectively. We cannot just harap campaign and so on or some development learning, because this political education is more on the long term and solid foundation. It's just like we go to school, we have a strong foundation. If we don't go proper education, it's difficult for us to survive. Because when challenges come, we are gone. So that's why, for example, some autonomy is one of the key things now. It is obvious. Abang Joe, Toknan, they have to get better and better representation, whether it's Barisan Nasional or GPS, is because of autonomy, and the people begin to realize this part of education. It affects economy, social, and political scenario of Sarawak. So that kind of political education. I'm talking about GPS because GPS is disseminator. In other words, once the GPS people know about it, they are the one. Now they are 76 or 74. Sorry, 76. They already have a strong hand. But on the other hand, if we were to not propagate it, you will go slack. The younger generation will go slack. And so, next election, you can see a drop. So far, it's going up. I think, for example, I had another chart in my book that PPE is going up again, but it was quite 20, 30, and then now 50 plus. But now, if not, it will go down. SUPP likewise, it will go down because of the quest to the relevant. Sometimes relevancy is not there. Who cares about you? Autonomy sudah bah. Grant already got, money already, petrol sudah ada. It becomes a non-issue to them, young people. But yet we know these are hard work, this men maintain, this is our dignity and so on. This is our GPS work and continual work for our leadership. And it will be good the opposition join in the forces, help, and voters, and then whoever can perform well will win. So in other words, the people there, grassroots, for example, number 2, grassroots research and development, political efficacy. In other words, the grassroots must be able to work hard towards that end, and appreciating the whole situation of having greater autonomy. It doesn't come just like that. Top-down doesn't just come like that. GPS, facing so much risk and challenges. Some are splinter group people, jadi katak, all that. But yet, the people realize that GPS is doing the thing, and then the grassroots need to continue, and then the development, grassroots research, and from top to bottom and bottom to top, also need to do research at the moment, so that politically, you will see in a positive light, political efficacy. In other words, people are not only educated, they know how to work it out for their good, they take part the political efficacy. I think we cannot imitate Singapore. Singapore is such a small country. They need to be highly efficient. Otherwise, the next economy collapse habis. So that's why they have the new prime minister, new premier. It would be extremely highly educated as well, etc. But Sarawak, we are more than that. We need to be highly educated. We need to be highly informed. Not just because we have a long history. We have a very complex society. Complex society in that sense. We are multiracial, and we have our own struggle history. And we are Sarawak within Malaysia in the national context. So I just would say the party must approach voters. Number one, he himself must be educated and be able to educate the grassroots and the voters at large. Then the second thing, they must do homework. They must do grassroots research and development so that they can step up in the political advocacy. I hope it helps.
All right.